And here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA. We're going to be talking about testing today. But before we do, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to go looking at a new commercial by State Farm and Disney for the upcoming movie, The Haunted Disney Mansion. And so here we go.
Jake from State
It's a
Farm?
little scary.
Yeah, what's up?
What
Jake
if I
from
need
State
additional
Farm.
coverage on the new place?
No worries. Your agent can walk you through everything.
What if?
Just file a claim on the app. State Farm's there for your what ifs.
What if that?
Run?
We should run.
Yeah.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. See.
Okay, so the Haunted Mansion is now playing, and they jumped on that one, and that's a pretty good idea. When early on in my marketing career, I got to talk to a guy who'd done a lot of life insurance marketing, and he said one of the things that we try to do in our advertising is back the hearse up to the door, and basically get the customer or the prospect thinking about what would happen if one of you stops earning income, and you know that's a start, I guess. Although I'm not sure you want to attract customers that are going to file a claim every time a light bulb goes out. Was that just a light bulb going out? Well, maybe not. Anyway, I can't imagine what you'd have to pay for that coverage. But that's another question. Okay, so now we're going to go on to, I was invited by Lisa Smith from Association of National Advertisers, ANA, and they acquired the DMA after the DMA went all digital, I guess I would say, and changed their name from the Direct Marketing Association to the Data and Marketing Association, which of course uses two words that mean almost nothing, and plunked them together. And so, not that direct marketing means a lot to most people either. But anyway, so the DMA has been sort of dissolved. And I thought direct marketing was done, except for the WDMA, of course. I thought that target marketing got bought by Adweek, and for a while there were some articles about testing and about measurement, but not really much anymore. There seemed to be, just lately, there seemed to be a couple that I could use at least. So really the magazines or the publications are done. The association is gone. I thought it was all over. But Lisa and I keep in touch. I used to do talks for the DMA quite often, and usually was working with Lisa back in the 90s, I suppose. And so she invited me to a panel about a month ago, and you know, whatever Lisa invites me to do, I always try to do. She was the host on the last ever Echo Awards judging, which I participated in. It was something I'd always wanted to do, and I was honored to be selected as an international advertising judge, and Lisa moderated the panel, which was, you know, somebody from Brazil, somebody from Denmark, people from all over, somebody from the UK. It was a lot of fun, and so she asked me to attend. I didn't know what it was actually, and it turned out to be about testing and about even about mail. And apparently the ANA is committed to doing what they call traditional marketing, having some events for that. And I think there's a couple of them coming up in the fall. So I'll keep you posted on that. But anyway, Lisa invited me to this panel, but she said, you're going to have to behave. Now, to me, that means, you know, don't talk. So I was sitting there not really talking. And of course, whenever I'm not really talking, then I'm not paying that much attention. And so all of a sudden Lisa said, and we have with us today John Miglosh, and John and I go way back. And what do you think on this, John? And like the kid being called on in class when he forgot that there even was homework, which there wasn't. But anyway, so I piped up a little bit, and this is what came out. And later I asked if Lisa could give it back to me because I thought it was actually quite good. And so I'm going to play it for you right now, and you be the judge and see if it makes sense. And the question was, what's missing in testing these days? And this is my answer over here. Here we go. See if it works. One thing I think is missing in most tests, and that's the why of the test. The scientific method starts with observation, but then it goes to hypothesis. We say, well, maybe the type is too small. Okay, so then you have a why, and you say, okay, well, let's do some with smaller type and some with bigger type. Or maybe it's, I encouraged my daughter who was mailing into South America to do a more of a blank envelope for business to business because, they don't trust the post office the same way down there, and it pulled 4 times more. But there was a why at the beginning. And then what actually happens, and this I think is really lost in modeling too, what happens is that when you get either confirmation or disconfirmation of your hypothesis, then you start to form an explanation of what your customers are responding to, what resonates with them. When you get an explanation, you can retest it, but then you start to form a theory. The only way science predicts the future, the only way, people don't get this in testing, is that they develop theory. And once theory is well-founded, then you know that if you do A, B will follow. And that is what prediction is about. But we shortcut, and we say, well, let's test this, let's test this, let's test this first. But if you shortcut the observation and the hypothesis, you don't get to explanation, and you'll never get to theory, and you will never really be predictive. And you'll never be predictive. And I want you to think about that. Like and share, repost. And reposts are worth 20 likes, and we're getting a lot more views lately, which means that LinkedIn is actually showing my work to my followers and my connections on LinkedIn. Have a great day. Like and share. Your friends will know you're smart. Bye-bye.